going. Just how I'm doing this shit that I'm going. Ayy, just how I'm doing this shit that I'm going.
As the homestanding Galion Tigers look to keep its undefeated season early on, but in their way, the Clear Fork Colts, who look to keep their early season MOAC title contention alive. We got all the action coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and it's coming your way under these lights. Next.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. It's love, little things, love, little things.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Welcome you inside the Scout Construction Pregame show here live and free from Heise Park in Galion, Ohio for tonight's MOAC baseball action between unbeaten 5-0 Galion and 3-1 Clear Fork. Hello, my name is Travis Berardi, Big League Berardi here, coming to you from Heise Park for a very good MOAC matchup. We thought it was going to be Galion taking on Colonel Crawford, but conference baseball trumps non-conference. Clear Fork able to schedule this game, so we'll get the second of the two underway here tonight under the lights. But let's get right into our pregame show and take a look at the team spotlight for those Clear Fork Colts. Under first season head coach Gabe Kennedy, the Colts last season 12-11, 500 in the MOAC. They lost to Shelby in a sectional final 10-1, and last year though they swept Galion 7-5 and 6-4. Batting .330 average, 7 extra base hits, 29 total runs scored, and the walk to strikeout rate pretty good. 18 strikeouts, 18 walks. They also have stolen 8 stolen bases, but the big stat for this Colts squad is their pitching. The 3-1 record in 27 innings, but an 0.26 ERA. Yes, folks, they have only allowed 1 earned run this season thus far. A 1.125 whip. That is just over 1 either walk or hit per inning pitched. 39 Ks and 10 walks for their squad. As we take a look now at a closer look at one of the players in our player spotlight, the offensive leader thus far for the Colts, Jay Jackson, .533 average, 4 doubles, 7 ribbies, 6 runs scored, and 2 stolen. They gave up 2 unearned runs, and that ended up being the difference in their 2-1 loss. Got to play clean defense tonight, and also RISP, that is runners in scoring position. They left a lot of ducks out there on the pond, could not bring them in. They only brought 1 run in, and those 2 keys were the difference in their loss, their first loss to Galion. Brian Skoronsky is along with the crew today. He had a chance to talk to Clear Fork head coach Gabe Kennedy a little bit ago, and this is what they had to say.
What would you say that you like most about this team and just kind of the makeup of the roster? Yeah, we got great kids first and foremost. They work their butt off every day in practice, and they're eager to get out here and play a game. Tonight we get to play a night game under the lights, so the attitude and effort right now is just exactly what we want.
This is a big game, but playing under the lights, something you don't get to do often at the high school level. Does it even magnify it a little bit more, you think?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, we're on spring break this week, so it's a long day for the kids sitting around, but it's one of those things that if you can't get amped up for this, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Only loss on the season so far, of course, coming to this very Galion bunch. What did you learn about yourselves and also the Tigers in that matchup?
Well, they do the fundamental things right, which is out of a high school baseball team, that's what you look for. We kind of, we competed, but we left a lot of guys on base, and we got to do a better job of getting guys in. It's one of those things where, they come in from the dugout, we're like, hey, we got to get base runners, but we also have to score runs, because at the end of the day, whoever scores more runs wins the game. So we got to do a better job tonight to get on base and score runs.
All right, looking for a season sweep, or a split with the Tigers here tonight with a win. Thanks for the time, Gabe.
Thank you.
What a job Coach Kennedy has done here in his first year. 2 big wins against River Valley, along with a non-conference victory and, a close one against a very good Galion squad who has a chance and hopes of winning the conference title this year. But first, before we get to Galion, let's take a look at the roster players and lineup for the Clear Fork Colts this evening. Leading off, Jay Jackson, their leader offensively thus far. Luke Slosher in center, batting second. Caden Riddle, he will take the bump, batting third. Garrett Hotz, fourth in the cleanup. Casey Swank in the 5-hole. Chandler Ball, batting sixth. Nate Lind, seventh. Ty Sellers batting eighth. And Mason Sansom rounding out the lineup, batting ninth in right field. Now let's take a look at the spotlight for the home-standing, undefeated Galion Tigers. 5-0, 3-0 in the conference last year. Already a turnaround, nearly halfway to their wins marks. 8-15 last year, 4-10 in the MOAC. In the tournament, they lost to St. Mary's Memorial in a close sectional semi, 1-0. But 8 of those losses came by 2 runs or less, including both games against Clear Fork last year. They got payback 2 nights ago in Clear Fork, looking for the sweep tonight. Offensively, .241 batting average, 8 extra base hits. They've scored 43 runs thus far, walked 28 times, struck out 32 times. Pitching, undefeated, 5-0, 34 innings pitched, a .260 ERA, that's pretty darn good, 1.74 whip, 30 strikeouts, 25 walks, and like we said, they defeated Clear Fork 2-1 on Tuesday. Now to our player spotlight for the Tigers. And that is 1 Hunter Menard, 500 batting average, 611 on-base percentage. On-base percentage, that is hits as well as walks or getting hit by a pitch. So 6 out of 10 times he comes to the plate, he reaches base. 3 doubles, 6 RBI, and he has crossed the plate for 4 runs. Hunter, the leader for the Tigers, as we take a look at their keys to victory. And it's pretty much do the same thing they've done in their first 5 games. Just keep it rolling. And then on the other side of things, Braxton Prosser, who you'll see in the lineup, he's starting tonight. Just throw strikes. Let your defense play. They've played a clean defense thus far. Brian Skoronsky had a chance to talk to their head coach, Kenny Fagan, a little bit ago. This is what they had to say.
With me now, and 4-0 start for you guys, so it's looking pretty good so far. What would you say is the number one storyline to the undefeated beginning of the season?
Just consistency, right? We kind of know what we're getting every day. Last year being really young, didn't really know what you were getting into every day with playing 4 freshmen, but they've grown up a little bit, so makes that a little bit easier.
Yeah, you got a young team, just batting .241 I saw so far on the season. I imagine you're going to expect that to come up throughout the course of the campaign, yeah?
Yeah, we know that being young, we're not going to hit it very well, but we got some pretty good team speed. We bunt it pretty well, so we know that we're going to manufacture some runs and let our good hitters do their jobs.
Gonna have a sophomore on the bump tonight, Braxton Prosser, also batting in the number 3 hole tonight for you as well. What does a guy like that bring to the table for you?
He's our dude. He's a guy that we can rely on a lot, so we stick him out there on the mound. We know he's going to get us some outs, and in the box, hopefully he can do some damage. So he's a guy we rely on a lot.
All right, Tigers looking for a season sweep of the Colts here tonight, looking to stay undefeated at 5-0. Back to you, Trav.
Galion Tigers, they are a scrappy squad, as Coach told Brian and also myself earlier on today. They just scrap out wins at any cost. And let's take a look now at their team roster. The lineup for the Tigers tonight: Alan Carver leading off in center field, Max Albert in the 2-hole at shortstop, Galion putting its starting pitcher in the 3-hole as well. Braxton Prosser will take the bump. Brother Derek, the DH, in the 4-hole. Braylon Hart batting 5th at third base. Jimmy Hardy, first base, batting 6th. Hunter Menard, art player spotlight, offensive leader, catching in the 7-hole. Cale Longwell, second base in the 8-hole. And Connor Ganshorn, the left fielder, batting 9th. As you see the coaches heading to home plate for the umpire meeting, as we're just about ready to go here tonight under the lights at Heise Park. Want to welcome everybody that's watching live and free this evening. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out, shout you out here in this first ever live stream of Galion Athletics at Galion. And what a place to start it out here at Heise Park. Former home of the Galion Graders, the Collegiate Wood Bat League during the summer, but a great venue. You know, we have district baseball also. The D4 districts are played here, but a very, very big venue. Clear Fork a few years ago took on Ontario in a district final baseball game here as well. As you take a look at the Tigers getting ready to take the field here in the Simonson Construction pregame show. It may be early on only the second series of the season for both MOAC squads, but it could be a big one. Clear Fork with 2 losses early on. It's tough to bounce back with that, but if they can split here the series with Galion, it opens things up for everybody else. Galion took out Harding with a clean sweep in their first MOAC series. They also knocked off MOAC and Lexington in the non-conference. Big wins for them there. While Clear Fork took hold of their series against River Valley, sweeping them before losing their first game to Galion 2 nights ago in a very good game. Take a look at Coach Kennedy talking to his players right before they take their first at bat, but the Tigers have taken the field as we are just about ready to roll here from Heise Park. Cameraman tonight, Brian Skoronsky up here with me in the box. Hayden Gray with those cool views down on the field. Prosser, 1-0 in 1 start. No earned runs, 1 walk. He had 5 Ks in his outing. The team did give up 6 runs in the game. None earned, though. He gave up 5 hits. And for the Colts leading off, getting ready to lead off, is Jay Jackson. 4 singles, 4 doubles, 2 strikeouts, and like we said, 7 RBI, 6 runs, 2 stolen bases, .533 batting average, and on-base percentage. Slugging percentage is .800. The slugging percentage is not only your batting average, but it accounts for doubles, that's more, triples, home runs, to determine your slugging percentage. Couple more warm-up. Well, actually, the last warm-up pitch about to be thrown before we are underway. hopefully one of the last couple chilly days of the spring season. Weather forecast next week looks beautiful. Might even reach into the 80s as we are just about ready to go under the lights, and they're acting like it's the major leagues. A 7:05 first pitch about to come up here. Umpires are ready. Prosser's ready. Jackson is ready. And here we go. 7:05. Prosser right down the pipe. We're underway on the Burkhart Farm Center scoreboard. Second pitch. Caught the corner. It's 0-2. Got a great view up here in the press box right behind home plate. Prosser backs off. Jackson back in there. The 0-2 pitch. Just a little bit too outside that time. It's 1-2. Luke Slosher on deck for the Colts. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, nearly hit him. It's even at 2-2. Both these squads last season had a bit of a down year, but with the youth coming back, great starts. Got him on the outside corner, strike 3. One down. Jackson down looking. All 3 strikes on that outside corner. That'll bring up Luke Slosher. Luke, a .500 hitter for the Colts. 1 triple. 5 walks, so he will get on base any way possible as he fouls that off. It's 0-1. Ball low, it's even at 1. 50 degrees here at first pitch, but as always here in Ohio, the wind makes it feel like it's 30. Prosser ready with the 1-1. Ground ball through the hole on the right side, and Slosher with the first hit of the night. He's on. So take a look at the replay. Just hit it right side of the hole. They had him lined up pretty well, but still able to rip it right through for the single. That'll bring up Caden Riddle, today's starter for the Colts. 308 average. Takes that outside, ball 1. 1 down here as we're just underway in the first. Caden also with 1 extra base hit thus far. He's walked 2 times, struck out 3 as he takes ball 2. I know Brian Skoronsky's up here. We're getting whiffs of, I think, Ralphie's grills out there. And also the concession stand is right below us as Riddle takes ball 3. Way ahead in the count, 3-0. But yeah, Mr. Skoronsky is correct. Something smells delicious. I haven't had dinner yet, so that's just going to make me suffer the rest of the way. That catches the corner for a strike. It's now 3-1. They call this the hitter's count. Pitcher trying to keep it over the plate. But the batter doesn't have to swing if he doesn't like it. He has a pitch to play with. And he takes the inside pitch out the left, but easily making the catch is Ganshorn for the second out. Riddle got the barrel on it, but went right to the left fielder for the second out. And now Garrett Hotz, the third baseman, cleanup hitter, will step into the batter's box. But it just gets into the fence for strike one. Should take a look at the replay. Schlosser with a stolen base. Puts a runner in scoring position here. The pitch. Outside for a ball. There's the pitch. Outside, it's 2-2. 2 down here, top of the first. Schlosser with a 1-out single, just stole second base. Hotz looking to get him in here with 2 out, and he works the count full. It's 3-2. Casey Swank on deck for the Colts if Hotz were to reach. The payoff pitch. Ground ball right to short. Albert on the first. And that'll be it for the top of the first. 1 hit, 1 left on. We've played a half inning. Galion coming to bat.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Half of an inning in the books here under the lights at Heise Park. Clear Fork 0, Galion up to bat for the first time here on the Burkhart Farm Center scoreboard. Caden Riddle taking the bump for the Colts tonight, 1-0. 2 hits, 2 walks, no earned runs, 5 Ks in his last outing. He will face Ellen Carver. First off here tonight for the Galion Tigers. We're ready to go here. Carver, a 143 average, takes ball one. Clear Fork with a one-out hit. Strike, we're even at one. Carver 2 hits on the season, a single and a double, 3 RBI. He scored 8 times, walked 6. As he takes that for ball 2. So despite the low batting average, a 400 on-base percentage, getting on base any way possible. Taken outside. As you take a look at Allen. Taken for a strike. We're full at 3-2. He wanted that ball 4, but just caught the bottom of the strike zone. Riddle ready with the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk. That'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, Max Albert, 312 average, 3 singles, 2 doubles, 6 RBI, and 5 runs scored early on in the season. Riddle gets the sign. Curveball in there for strike 1. That one had some nice movement on it. Started about Max's head, but sliced right back over the strike zone. The 0-1. Off speed, low, it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Quick throw over to the first. In there safely is Carver. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Umpire said Albert got a piece of that. Nonetheless, it's a foul ball and a second strike. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. We'll go again. You take a look at Coach Fagan over there on the third base coach's box. Riddle. Quick throw over the first once again, and again. Carver back in safely. The 1-2. Curveball fouled off to the right side. Nobody will get it as it gets out of play. Just underway here from Heise Park. Galion with its first at bat after Clear Fork unable to score in the top of the first. We'll go again with the 1-2 pitch. Curveball high, snap throw back. Carver able to get in there safely. We're even at 2-2. 7th pitch of the at bat here. As Galion's already made Riddle work. 2 batters in. 13th pitch of the first inning. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Albert down swinging, 1 away. That'll bring up Galion's starter tonight, Braxton Prosser. 333 average, 6 hits, 4 singles, 1 double, and 1 home run. As Riddle throws again to first. 6 ribbies, 4 runs scored. That swung on and missed. Strike 1. Inside pitch swung on and missed. A little bit of movement on that as well, as you see the replay. That curveball working pretty well for Riddle here early on. Ahead in the count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Caught the outside corner, strike 3 looking. So just like Prosser in the top of the first, Riddle using that outside corner to get strike 3. All singles. Takes that inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Riddle. Inside corner, strike 1. We're even at 1. You look at Coach Gabe Kennedy, first year for the Colts. 1-1 pitch. Ball high fly to center field. Schlosser there to make the catch, and that'll be the 3rd out. We played 1. We're scoreless from Heise.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa. Five, six, 7 batters coming up here for Clear Fork in the top of the 2nd. Travis Berardi back here under the lights at Heise Park. No fireworks needed for this night game. As Casey Swank gets his first plate appearance of the evening. Prosser. First pitch ground ball right to 2nd. Longwell on the first. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Should take a look at the replay. That'll bring up Chandler Ball. 1 hit and 5 plate appearances. He also has a stolen base and a run scored. Both pitchers throwing 19 pitches in that first inning. Prosser 10 strikes. Riddle
12. First pitch, the ball is a ball. It's 1-0. I so want him to hit a home run just so I can say he hit a Chandler Bing. The 1-0. Outside corner taken for a strike. One down here in the top of the second. Swung on and missed. The high fastball got by ball. It's 1-2. Take a look at the Clear Fork JV squad. Them and Galion played a 5-inning game beforehand. That's outside for a ball. We're even at 2-2. Didn't know the score because the scoreboard here at Heise Park not working. Actually kind of better for us because we get the whole press box up here to ourselves, selfishly. But they do put on a good show here at Galion when everything is in working order. It's taken outside. Count is full. But like I said earlier, a beautiful venue to play baseball here in Galion. Especially once the weather gets warmer. Full count pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 down. Prosser went back to that high fastball. And got ball to chase. That'll bring up the 7-hitter, Nate Lind. A 143 average for Nate, 1 single. He was also hit by the pitch. Walks 4 times as he takes ball 1. Clear Fork with the only hit so far in an inning in 2/3. A 1-out single by Luke Schlosser. That taken for strike 1. We're even at 1. Ty Sellers, the designated hitter, on deck for Clear Fork. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Prosser's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Galion taking the first of these 2 games 2 nights ago at Clear Fork, 2-1. Ground ball up the middle, just under the glove of Longwell. And once again, the Colts with a base runner as Lynn singles. Harding defeated Shelby 4-1 tonight. They get a sweep. Harding, the team that was swept by Galion earlier. As Ty Sellers takes ball 1. Suzanne Butterfield tuning in from Lima. A lot watching tonight. Thank you all for watching live and free this evening. That's taken for a ball. It's 2-0. The 9-hitter, Mason Sansom, on deck for Clear Fork, hoping to get a chance with runners in scoring position unless Sellers gets a big hit here. 2-0 pitch. Reach for that, fouls it off. It's 2 balls and a strike. Over 30 watching alone on Facebook so far tonight. If you've missed any of the game or tuned in late, hey, once this game's over, it'll be uploaded to Facebook and YouTube. You can watch it whenever you want for free on our Facebook or YouTube pages. But it's better live, so just stick with us. 2 balls, 1 strike pitch, swung on a miss. We're even at 2. Zeller's a 300 hitter. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Prosser with his third K of the game gets out of the inning. 1 run. No runs, 1 hit. 1 left on. We're still scoreless.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
Caden Riddle back on the bump. He'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters, or the 5, 6, 7 hitters from Galion. My apologies. 19 pitches, 12 strikes. Although Galion worked him the 6 to 13 pitches through 2 batters, but then 3 straight pitches to get the final 2 outs keeps his pitch count pretty manageable through the first inning. He will face Braylon Hart. Hart, a .214 average, 3 hits, all singles. He's walked 5 times, however. Scored 5 runs. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Here in the bottom of the second. On this Thursday evening. 1-0. Caught the corner. We're even at 1. Riddle low on that one. Hart ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Jimmy Hardy on deck for the Tigers. They look for their first hit of the game. Riddle did walk the leadoff in the first. No score, bottom 2 here on the Burkhart Farm Setter scoreboard. Is the umpire trying to get some of these foul balls back into play. Let's take a look at the bundled up crew. Nice crowd, though, here at Heise Park tonight for both, actually, the JV and varsity games. Clear Fork is on spring break. Curveball! Got him looking, strike 3. Locked the legs up on that one as the curveball went from pretty much waist high right across that inside corner for strike 3. His third K, there's 1 down here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Jimmy Hardy taken for a ball. Hardy, a 133 hitter, 2 hits in 15 at bats, 4 walks, 2 singles, 1 RBI, 6 runs scored. The 1-0. Ground ball to second. Lind up with it, throws on the first, and a quick second out. First pitch swinging goes right. Second pitch swinging goes right to the second baseman. Brings up Hunter Menard. 500 batting average. 7 hits and 14 at-bats, including 4 walks. He has 4 singles, 3 doubles. 6 ribby and 1 run scored as he takes strike 1. The Tiger battery mate, the Prosser, swings through that one. He's behind 0-2. Riddle can complete a 10-pitch inning if he can get the strikeout here. Flare, but up is Schlosser, makes the catch, and it is a 10-pitch inning for Riddle as the Tigers go down 1-2-3.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Nine, 1-2 batters coming up here in the top of the third in this scoreless game. Travis Barty back here from Heise Park as Mason Sansom calls time before the first pitch. Top 3 here from Heise Park. That's a liner to center. It's going to drop in for a hit. First pitch swinging. And Sansom reaches. That'll bring up Jay Jackson. Third Clear Fork hit of the evening. Brings up Jackson's second at bat. He's going to ground it to short. 6-4. Throw on the first. Just beat it out. It'll be a fielder's choice, 1 away. Jackson's speed just enough to get him to first in time. He does have that speed. 2 stolen bases on the year. Brings up Schlosser. He did single to the right side in the first. And that hole is a little bit wider out there because the second baseman has to play the steal. Jackson's off. It's inside. Ball is dropped, and it's a stolen base. Colts have something going here with one out in the third. Jackson had a great jump to that. Would have been hard to throw him out even if the catcher would have been able to field it. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Flied. That's getting right to the shortstop. Pop out, 2 away. Ball's not going to travel pretty far here tonight with the cold weather. A couple weeks down the line, if it's into the 60s, 70s, that probably would have reached the gap, but with this cold weather, the ball will not go that far. Bring up Caden Riddle. He flew out to left in the first, grounds it up the middle, taken by the second baseman on the first. A quick, efficient inning after the leadoff hit. We've played 2.5, and we're still scoreless here from Heise.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
A 5-pitch inning for Braxton Prosser gets the Tigers back to the plate. 8-9-1 as you see the sun setting over the left field fence of Heise Park here tonight on this evening/night game here. Not too often do you get to see a night game in high school baseball, but these two teams will be at least finishing under the lights tonight. Do have a score, a final from Northmore. Golden Knights defeated Centerburg 9-0. Riddle back out there, throws the curveball in for a strike. It was a 10-pitch inning for Riddle in the second. He's at 29 after 2, now to 31. 31 pitches, 20 strikes thus far. Count even at 1. For Cale Longwell. That curveball just a bit low, and it's 2-1. Longwell, a .250 hitter this season. 3 hits in 12 at-bats, 3 singles. 5 walks. Fouls that off. Colt won't be able to get to it. It'll drop for strike 2. Tigers still looking for its first single, or first hit of the game. Let's take a look at our split screen. Two pitch from Riddle. Curveball swung on, chopper to second on the first, just beats him out. 1 down. Longwell with the chopper, but Nate Lind able to charge it and throw it on to first just in time to get the runner. So there's one down in the third. They'll bring up Connor Ganshorn, the 9-hitter. One at bat this season thus far. He's going to pop that up, but it's out of play. Strike one. Carver on deck. He walked in the first. The 0-1. Curveball in there for a strike. It's 0-2. And the amount of strikes that Riddle has gotten here in the first 2 1/3 innings on that curveball have been great. His accuracy is right as I'm about to say that, he throws a fastball accidentally behind the hitter. So I apologize for the jinx. It apparently carries on the baseball as well. As I was about to say, Riddle's control has been pretty darn good this evening. 1-2 strike pitch coming. In the dirt, strike 3. But the throw is off the first baseman's glove. It's going to be a strikeout error catcher. And Ganshorn will reach. So for you that aren't used to the baseball game, if the catcher does not cleanly catch it on a third strike swinging, the batter can run the first. The catcher must throw it on the first to complete the out. If the player reaches, or if there's an error, they can stay on first. The out doesn't occur. However, the strikeout still counts. I know that's a lot, but that's a strikeout E2, and Ganshorn will reach. Carver takes strike one. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt gets away, and Ganshorn will take second on the wild pitch. So just like that, instead of having 2 outs in the top of the order, it's 1 down and a runner on second. And these were the problems that hurt Clear Fork in the first matchup. The 1-1 pitch. Just high, ball 2. Max Albert, who struck out in the first, is on deck. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Carver looking to work his second walk of the game. 3-1. Down the pipe, strike 2. Just caught the lettering. Count now full. Riddle steps off the mound, regroups, and gets back in there. Full count pitch. Inside, ball 4. So for the second consecutive time, Carver works the count full, gets a walk. And it will bring up Albert, who struck out in 7 pitches. Fouled off a couple 2-2 counts before finally striking out. Ganshorn might have got off of second base a little too far there. However, the ball was still on the ground, allowing him to get back. One-0 pitch. Fouled off right back at us. It's 1-1. Heise Park, one of the few places with netting instead of fencing around here. Riddle will step off. One pitch. Just caught the knees. It's a strike. It's 1-2. So Riddle now ahead of the count. Big at bat here for Albert in this scoreless game. With a runner in scoring position. 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Just missed. We're even at 2. Prosser on deck. The 2-2. High fly to left field. Ganshorn didn't think it was going to go. Tag, but it's wide. He will get back. It will be a fly out. Ganshorn thought there were 2 outs, did not tag up on the play, made it all the way to third base, but Swank threw wide of second, and Lind unable to get back for the double play. So 2 down and a break there for the Tigers. The throw along with the high fly. That's taken for a strike. But the high fly along with a throw was just enough for Ganshorn to get back to second base safely. The 0-1 to Prosser. Bounces in there. It's 1-1. Temperature down now to 48 degrees here in Galion. That's low, ball 2. Colts have the heart of their order up in the top of the 4th, but they still need to get a big out here. Galion has a runner in scoring position. The 2-1 from Riddle. High, ball 3. And now a hitter's count for the 333 hitter, Braxton Prosser. The 3-1. Fouled off. It works the count full. Both runners now will take off here on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Runners will take off with the pitch. The payoff pitch. Bounces it in there, ball 4. They're loaded with 2 out. That'll bring up the Galion cleanup hitter, Derek Prosser. 3 RBI on the season for Derek. Ganshorn at third, Carver at second, Braxton Prosser at first for Derek. the designated hitter. He flew out to center field to end the first. 2 down here, bases juiced in the bottom of the third. That's in there for strike 1. Riddle shakes off the catcher. Now gets his pitch. Curveball, and it hit him! That will bring in the first run of the game. The off-speed pitch just too far inside. And that'll make it 1-0. Braylon Hart struck out looking in the second. Galion strikes first. That's swung on and missed for strike 1. Another unearned run by Clear Fork pitching this season. The 0-1. Flared out the right and into the hands of Sansom, and that'll do it for the third inning. But Galion, on a hit by pitch with the bases loaded, take a 1-0 lead.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League. So despite not recording a hit yet, the Galion Tigers do get on the board first. They lead it 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Colts. Travis Berardi back here in the press box at Heise Park. Just take a look at Braxton Prosser. A 5-pitch inning in the third. 5 pitches, 4 strikes. Talk about efficiency. Galion worked Riddle for 28 pitches in that third. That gets his count up to 57 unofficially. Garrett Hott's ready to go. He worked the count full before grounding out to second to end the first inning. Swung on and missed there to start inning number 4. Prosser now at 41 pitches, 25 of those strikes. The 0-1. Outside, we're even at 1. So we hit the 8 o'clock hour here in Galion. 1-1 pitch. Just inside. Thought the umpire was about to call a strike there. Instead, he holds off. And it's 2-1. You see the cool camera work of one Hayden Gray.
2-1 is in there. We're even at 2. That just caught the outside corner on the replay. The 2-2 pitch. Low, we're full at 3-2. Casey Swank on deck. Payoff pitch. Flared in the right. Diving attempt. It falls in. And Hotz reaches with the 4th hit of the game for the Colts. Great effort there by Longwell, but just out of his reach. And the Colts have a leadoff hit for the 2nd consecutive inning. Bring up Swank, who does have 1 sacrifice bunt this season thus far. Prosser throwing over to first a couple times. That's down there for ball 1. Hotz has not stolen a base yet this season. The 1-0. Bunt is down. Prosser mishandles it, but still throws on the first for the out. But Swank gets the job done. That is a 1-3 sacrifice. 1 down for Chandler Ball. As you see, despite even bobbling that, able to throw on the first for the out. Ball worked the count full in the 2nd before striking out. Runner in scoring position with 1 down here in the 4th. That's outside, ball 1. Another one outside. It's 2-0. Nate Lind, who singled in the 2nd, is on deck. The 2-0. Chopper back to Prosser. He's going to throw on to third, and under the tag is Hotz. Ball reaches on the fielder's choice. Everybody's safe, and the Colts have something going here in the top of the 4th. Prosser hesitated just enough to allow Hotz to get under the high throw. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Double play still intact, though, for Galion as Nate Lind comes up. 1 for 1 today with the single. Takes that high, ball 1. The 1-0. In there for a strike. It's 1-1. Should take a look at the split screen. The tying runner on fouls that off to 1-2. There's the runner on third up in the top right hand of your screen. The 1-2 pitch to Lind. Got him looking, strike 3. Just caught the corner once again, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ty Sellers, 0 for 1 with a strikeout to end the 2nd inning. Prosser looking to do that again. First pitch to Lind. Ball gets away. In to score is Hotz, just beating the throw, and we're tied at 1. So the wild pitch evens things up after Prosser was able to get the second out on a strikeout. So just like that, we're back to even. Clear Fork does have the go-ahead run on second now. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Sansom on deck. 1-1 pitch. That's fouled off. Prosser's ahead, 1-2. One-two pitch. Just outside. Nearly caught that corner once again. So take a look at the great sunset here tonight. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. But the Colts get the tying run on the wild pitch.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
We are even at 1 midway through this one. Galion taking the lead in the bottom of the third on a hit by pitch. Clear Fork getting it back on a wild pitch. As Caden Riddle back to the mound. 57 pitches through 3. Travis Berardi on this beautiful but chilly night here in Galion, Ohio at Heise Park. Once again, want to welcome everybody watching in live and free on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from. First pitch to Hart taken. Correction to Hardy taken for ball 1. Swung on and missed. We're even at 1. That just low. It's 2-1. Big swing there, evens the count at 2. Just take a look at Riddle. 63 pitches, 42 strikes thus far. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Caden Riddle tonight. Bring up Hunter Menard. Flew out to center in the 2nd inning. Curveball in there for a strike. We're even at 1. One pitch. High fly to center. Schlosser there for the catch. 2 down. Once again, a big fly ball out there. Gave Luke plenty of time to get under that. Look at that view. That is a baseball view right there. Perfect sunset. Just wish it was about 20 degrees warmer. Curveball taken for ball 1. Brian Skoronsky, since he is the CEO of the OH Report, somehow got himself a space heater over there with his camera. But I digress. The 1-0. Curveball over the short. Jackson on the first. Just beats him out. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th. We're all even up at 1.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Top of the 5th coming up in a 1-1 game. Nine 1-2 hitters for the Colts coming up. I want to thank our sponsors for tonight. Burkhart's Farm Center, Scout Construction, Knox Community Hospital, and Frito Lay. Thank you, everybody, for allowing us to bring you this baseball game and our other live streams live and free right here, exclusively on the OH Report, and especially our first Galion Home Athletic Contest of the season. And I will say the folks at Galion have been very welcoming. Mason Sansom, the 9-hitter, he singled in the 3rd. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Chopper the short. Albert on the first. 1 down. Back to the top of the order. And Jay Jackson 0 for 2, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice. Ball is warming up in the bullpen. Chandler just batted in the last inning, so have a little bit of time, though, as this first pitch grounded to third on the first. Nice scoop by Hardy for the second out. So a quick second out brings up Schlosser. Singled in the first, popped out to short in the third. Two down here in the top of the fifth. First pitch low, ball 1. Do want to remind you, we do have a couple more highlights coming your way tomorrow. Hillsdale, Ontario softball, and these Clear Fork Colts heading up to Ashland. We'll have highlights of those for your viewing pleasure tomorrow night on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Line drive in the left, a base hit, and the inning continues for the Colts. They've had at least one hit in each of these 5 innings. Galion has yet to record a hit. Knock on wood for you Colt fans. Caden Riddle up, flew out the left, grounded to second in his 2 at-bats, takes that low, ball 1. '67th pitch coming up for Braxton Prosser. Inside, ball gets away. Schlosser will make it to second easily on the pass ball. The 2-0 pitch just caught the corner. 2-1. After a leadoff single in the last inning. 3-1 pitch. Grounded right into the glove of Prosser. Runs over the first, flips on there, and ends the inning. Another hit for the Colts, but they can't score them. We remain tied at 1.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
Bottom of the 5th, still tied at 1. Ground ball to second on the first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Caden Riddle. As both dugouts in a screaming contest between each other. Back to the leadoff. Alan Carver, 2 at-bats, 2 walks. That one bounces in for ball 1. Carver worked the count full in the first and third innings before getting rewarded with first base. There they are. And you only thought softball dugouts did the yelling. Well, baseball as well in this rivalry matchup. Galion and Clear Fork, you could say the rivals on the baseball field. They've had some battles throughout the years. And once again, same thing this year. 2-1 at Clear Fork 2 nights ago for Galion. Tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 count, 1 away here in the 5th. That one outside, ball 2. 74th pitch of the game coming up here for Caden Riddle. Ball popped up, and that's going to get out of play. Count even at 2 here. The 2-2. Curveball, strike 3 looking. Take a look at that curveball. Man, that thing has some movement to it tonight. Max Albert up the bat now. 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a fly ball to left field. That curveball just outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Just outside. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to the Galion 2-hitter. That's fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike. That off-speed pitch just a bit high, and it's 3-1. Hitters count here for Albert. Inside ball 4, another base runner for Galion here with 2 out. It'll bring up the pitcher Braxton Prosser. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He did walk in the 3rd. And here comes head coach Gabe Kennedy. Might be having a pitching change here. We'll see. Nope. Just came out. He asked Caden, said, "You good?" He said, "Yeah." One of the quickest mound visits you'll see. I think 1 word was said between the both. So we'll move on here. Ball was warming up in the top of the 5th for Clear Fork, but Riddle, with the confidence of his skipper, will throw the Prosser. And immediately Prosser pops it up. Jackson under it, makes the catch. And Riddle saying, I can stay in there, gets one pitch and an out to end the inning. We played 5. We're still scoreless.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Top of the 6th coming up. It's not scoreless. It's actually 1-1, but I digress. As Clear Fork hitting here in the 6th. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Hotz, who singled and scored the lone run for the Colts. In the 4th, he's 1 for 1. Prosser back out there. The throw is 71st pitch. And it's in for a strike. Pitchers duel once again here between these two teams. The 0-1. And it hit him. So Hotz, for the second consecutive at bat, reaches. It'll bring up Casey Swank. He had a sacrifice in the 4th, but I think we're going to have a runner. And we will have a courtesy runner. So now running for Hotz is Jackson Swank. So Casey's brother now on first is Coach Fagan out to talk to Prosser. Jackson Swank scored 1 run thus far this season. No stolen bases on the year. One on, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. First pitch, bunt, fouled off. It's 0-1. So the Colts once again trying to play small ball. It did work out for them in the 4th. The 0-1. Look, the bunt pulled it back, and now we got a bit of a pickle. Swank gets back, and now he could have taken off, but he just stays at first. Missed opportunity there by the Colts as Swank able to get back. Ball got away. He could have taken off. Instead, hesitated and remains at first base. Hopefully that does not come back to bite the Colts. The 1-1. And it gets away anyway. So the wild pitch does get swanked to second base. 2-1 count, and now Casey Swank with a chance with a sacrifice bunt to move the runner to the third. Thank you, Adam Thompson. Casey at the bat. Well done, sir. I can't. I have to shout Adam out for that one. That was good. Very good. Casey takes ball 3. (3-1) inside ball 4. And now it's Casey at the base. First and second, nobody out, and Coach Kennedy back out here. As we have a pinch hitter for the Colts. Champ Delancey up the bat. And who better to have up here with a man in scoring position than a kid named Champ? Takes that for strike 1. Go ahead runner at second with nobody out for the pinch hitter. He looks to put the bunt down, goes foul, and he's behind 0-2. So now Prosser with his 80th pitch, the chance to get a big first out here in the 6th. The 0-2. Chopped over his head. Fielded by the second baseman on the first. Double play. A big 2 outs. Runner does advance to third, but now there's 2 down. The 6 unassisted 3 DP. That'll bring up Nate Lind. 1 for 2 with a single in the second. Struck out looking in the 4th. That's fouled off. Prosser getting a huge double play ball there. But the Colts still a wild pitch or a base hit away from taking the lead. The 0-1. Caught the corner, strike 2. There you see Jackson Swank, the go-ahead runner here in the 6th. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Prosser emphatically gets off the mound as we remain tied at 1 heading to the bottom of the 6th.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Clear Fork had a golden chance to take the lead with 2 on and no out, but Braxton Prosser, a double play ball and a big strikeout to keep things even at 1. New pitcher out there for the Colts. That is Garrett Hotz. Him and Riddle just switching positions. Riddle now takes over at first. Hotz now taking over on the mound.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can come around this way, and as long as you're not trying to tell them swing, it should be all right.
81 total pitches for Caden Riddle. 52 of those for strikes. First pitch in there for a strike. Derek Prosser had the lone RBI so far for Galion, a hit by pitch in the 3rd. And now time called right before the pitch. That one in there for a strike. He's ahead 0-2. Garrett Hotz, 4 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, a 0 ERA. The 0-2. Fly ball drops in for the first hit of the game for Galion. A Texas leaguer drops in between the second baseman, center fielder, and right fielder. And the Tigers have their leadoff batter on for only the 2nd time this evening. Pinch runner now for the Galion Tigers. That's Frank House. First pitch to the heart, in there for a strike. Quick throw over. Frank House gets back. One run, 1 hit for Galion. Swung on and missed on the off speed. Quick throw gets over the head of the first baseman with the right fielder there to back it up. And again, it's an 0-2 count for Hotz. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Hart strikes out. 1 down here for Jimmy Hardy. 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a strikeout in this one. Derek Prosser singled for the first hit of the game for Galion. Frank House pinch running for him now. 1-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Off speed in there for a strike. The 7th straight strike thrown by Garrett Hotz to start his outing. And as I say that, he throws one in the dirt, and Frankhouse gets the second on the wild pitch. Go ahead run at second here with one down in the 6th. Nobody warming up in the Galion pen, so you got to think Prosser will have a chance to come back out here if Galion were to score to close this out. The 0-1 bunt. Pulls the bat back in just enough time to even the count. So both umpires said that he did not offer, got the bat back just as the ball was crossing the plate. Two-one. Bunt popped up, diving to play, no. Throw on the first, does get him. Advances the runner to third, but that is a second out as Hotz, diving attempt from his knees, throws on the first to get the out. 1-3 sacrifice, there's two down. Nearly got the diving catch, but still, quick reaction. That's a diamond cut play there. Make sure to tune into the roundup on Wednesday. We'll show that to you because that was a heck of a play by Hotz to get the second out. And now Clear Fork is an out away from getting out of a jam. Menard swung on and missed, strike one. He's 0 for 2. Both times flew out to center field. Colts had a runner on third with two out in the top of the 6th. Couldn't get him home. Galion, same situation. The 0-1 popped up. Is there enough room? Yes, but unable to make the catch as he approached the wall. It's 0-2. Good attempt by Staley there, but just ran out of room. Had to look down at the wall before looking up for the ball and just unable to make the catch. The 0-2 to Hunter. Hotz taking his time in the pitch. Just outside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Longwell on deck, 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. And now time is called. Derek Prosser singled. Frankhouse pinch ran for him. Ball 2. Now Frankhouse 90 feet away from giving Galion the lead. Hotz with a 2-2 count. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And just like Prosser, Hotz gets out of the inning unscathed. We head to the 7th. We're tied at 1.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
We head to the 7th under the lights at Heise Park. Tied at 1 as you take a look at Braxton Prosser back out for the 7th. And you saw right at the end of the bottom of the 6th a big play sombrero, we would call it, given to the Colts as you take a look at our producer Adam Thompson and Brian Skoronsky out there. Not pictured out of the picture is myself. Hayden Gray in the dugout, pretty much. Just outside of the dugout, but giving you some great views from field level tonight. Ty Sellers stepping in. He struck out twice here tonight. And there's Mason Sampson on deck. 8-9 one-hitters here in the top of the 7th against Prosser. That's taken high, ball 1. The 84th pitch of the night for Braxton. The 1-0. Line drive over the second baseman's glove. It's a leadoff single. Ty Sellers, the designated hitter, with a big one. And we will have another pinch runner. Luke Drockton into the game. As you see, Ty Sellers getting congratulations from his team. Sansom with the bunt, pops it back to the pitcher on the first. Great snag by Hardy, but it threw him off the bag. They will get the first out, though. Brings up Jackson. Top of the order now for Clear Fork. That one fouled off. It's 0-1. The 88th pitch of the night coming up for Braxton Prosser. Inside. Runner's going to take off, throw down to second, not in time. And again, the Colts with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Drockton on second. Taken outside corner for strike 2. It's 1-2. The pitch to Jackson. A little bit further outside, evens the count at 2. Might have been the same position as the last pitch that was called for a strike. However, the catcher had to move his glove outside of the zone, and sometimes that throws off the umpire. 2-2 pitch. Low. Jackson holds up. The count is full. No. Umpire said he didn't check the swing. Gabe Kennedy out to talk to him. So it's a strikeout. And out number 2, it'll bring up Schlosser. He's 2 for 3 tonight, 2 singles. And because of that, Galion's going to intentionally walk him. It'll bring up Caden Riddle. Two on, 2 out for Caden Riddle, the 3-hitter. Started the game through 5 innings of no-hit ball. Moved over to the first base and has a chance to help his squad out here if he can get a hit. First pitch to him, outside, ball 1. Drockton on second, Schlosser on first. The 0-1, or the 1-0 is now 1-1. '94th pitch for Prosser. Fouled off. He's ahead 1-2. Can Braxton get one more big strikeout here to end the top of the 7th? The 1-2. Just outside. We're even at 2. Riddle back in. 2-2 the count. 2 out. Barely fouls that off. He'll stay alive. 2s are wild here in the top of the 7th. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. The 2-2. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, strike 3. Prosser does it again. He's pitched 7 and given up 1 run. Galion with a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Bottom of the 7th, tied at 1. 8-9-1 due up for Galion. We do have a score update from KMAC land. Fredericktown defeats East Knox 13-2. See if I can pull up some other scores from around the area as we get ready for this bottom of the 7th. Galion with a chance to walk off here. And ironically, make it a 2-1 game. First up, Longwell, grounded to second and grounded to short. First pitch of the inning coming up from Hotz. Inside corner first strike, 0-1. The 0-1 bounces for ball 1. Tigers want to try and get this leadoff runner on to make things interesting. Low, ball 2, it's 2-1. That one in the dirt, 3-1. Now a hitter's count for Longwell. Jackson under it, makes the catch, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. So Longwell got his pitch, but just a little too much under it. Pops it out to Jackson for out number 1. That'll bring up Ganshorn. Reached on that strikeout error. In the 3rd, he scored the lone run for Galion. That one low, ball 1. Carver on deck. The 1-0. In there for a strike, or 1-1. If we were to get to the top of the 8th, Clear Fork with its 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. 1-1. Curveball in there for strike number 2. So we've approached the 9 o'clock hour here on a Thursday night. 1-2. Fouled off, we'll go again. Temperature now down to 45 degrees here in Galion, Ohio. But the energy level of the Galion dugout's still up. Got the check swing, strikeout. 2 down. Ganshorn went. And Staley able to corral the ball and tag him out for the strikeout, 2 unassisted. Brings up Carver, 0 for 1, 2 walks and a strikeout. In for a strike. The 0-1 from Hotz. High, ball 1. Curveball out to Jackson on the first. Scooped and got him. We have free baseball, folks, here on a Thursday night. We head to the 8th. Still tied.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Top of the 8th, and guess who is back out on the mound? Braxton Prosser, 97 pitches, 59 strikes, but he isn't done, folks. He's going to make it to his pitch limit tonight if he needs to. Garrett Holtz up to bat. 1 for 2. He was hit. The 1-0. High, ball 2. Brian Skoronsky with the unpopular opinion of the runner on second in extra innings. I hate that rule, but for the casual fans that like the game to go quicker, I understand that. That's inside for ball 3. Although I'm the old-fashioned baseball fan, and there's a lot of you saying, well, just get it over with. That one right down the middle. Garrett taking that all the way. It's 3-1. Little flare out the second on the first. One down here in the 8th. That'll bring up Casey Swank. And coach out to get Prosser. And we will have a pitching change. Braxton over 100 pitches, gets the first out, and he is done for the evening. So Frankhouse, who pinch ran, will take over. So he will get a chance to warm up here in the 8th. Casey Swank and Champ Delancey, next 2 due up for the Colts. Prosser gets his fielding glove and he'll head out to the outfield. Gotta love the enthusiasm by Prosser. He wasn't happy he was being taken out, although as a coach, you have to watch his shoulder. He's over 100 pitches, but that's just tells you how much of a competitor that he is. He wanted to stay in there and see this one through, but he'll head out to the outfield. What a job by Braxton Prosser, going 7 1/3 innings, allowing only 1 run. So Carson Frankhouse now on the mound. First pitch flared in the right. Is that going to stay fair? What a catch! Alan Carver with the web gem. Take a look at this replay. Full out. Diamond cuts all over the place here tonight. That'll bring up Champ. Frankhouse, 2 appearances. He's 1-0 with a save. 2 hits, 2 runs, none earned. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts as he gets strike 2. 1-1 here in the 8th. The 0-2. Fouled off. You take a look once again at the diving catch. 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Frankhouse comes in and gets the last 2 outs at the top of the 8th in 5 pitches. Galion another chance to walk off here in the bottom of the inning.
Looking for your baseball or softball fix? Well, you've come to the right place. Join me every Wednesday night during the regular season for the best plays, conference updates, schedules, and so much more on the Roundup with me, Big League.
Bottom of the 8th coming up here. 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Tigers as they look to walk off and get the sweep of the Clear Fork Colts. Travis Berardi still here at Heise Park alongside Adam Thompson, Brian Skaronski, Hayden Gray. The only game in town. OH Report live streaming of baseball and softball. And speaking of softball, Danville, the Lady Devils, knocking off Northmore 3-2. Getting all your K-Mac fixes scores tonight. Max Albert will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th. 0 for 2, a strikeout, a flyout to left, and he walked in the 5th. Taken for a strike. Hotz in for his third inning of work. Fouls it off, it's 0-2. Got to give my crew credit. It is not the warmest of days, but everybody, other than Brian Skoronsky, who has that space heater right on him, swung on and missed. Throw down the first. That's a strikeout. 2-3, one down here in the eighth. Our crew bringing you great shots of this MOAC showdown between two squads that have had great starts after down seasons last year. Swung on and missed by Braxton Prosser. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball inside, ball one. We have 4 highlights coming your way for the rest of this weekend. The softball and baseball highlight tomorrow, Hillsdale, Ontario softball. Clear Fork, Ashland baseball, as that's in there for strike 2. And then on Saturday, Fredericktown at Ontario baseball and Highland at Big Walnut baseball highlights for you as well. Line drive down the line, but just foul. And we'll go again, just outside of the bag. That could have been huge for the Tigers if that was about a foot inside. Derek Prosser on deck. It's 1 for 2 with a single, and he was hit by a pitch. Time called. If you take a look at Derek, also the most vocal of the Galion Tigers in that dugout. 1-2. Low, we're even at 2. Two pitch. Got him on the outside corner, strike 3. 2 down. That off-speed curveball just caught the outside corner. Two down for Derek. Colts have the bottom of the order if they can get to the 9th. Line drive, base hit. Inning stays alive for the Tigers. That'll bring up Braylon Hart. 0 for 3, a fly out the right, 2 strikeouts. It's a great piece of hitting there by Derek Prosser. First pitch, right back up the middle. Winning run on first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Curveball in there, strike 1. On the wild pitch. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Winning run on second now for the Tigers. Prosser not the fastest of runners, though, so if a sharp line drive to the outfield. He may get held up at third. We'll have to wait and see. The 0-2. Not going to happen anyway. Strike three swinging. We're moving on to the ninth, folks. They don't want to leave. We're still tied at 1.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
On to the ninth here at Heise Park under the lights. 1-1 the score. Bottom of the order due up here for the Colts against Carson Frankhouse. Travis Berardi still here in Galion for this one. Nowhere else I'd want to be, though. Great baseball game between these two squads. Should take a look at the Colts looking to even the 2-game set this season against the Tigers. First pitch to Lind. Just missed him for ball 1. It's 1-0. Frankhouse quickly back to it. Fouls it off. It's 1-1. Galion took the lead in the bottom of the third on a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. Clear Fork answered immediately in the top of the fourth. Garrett Hotz, leadoff single. He'd later score on a wild pitch. Hello, Scott Sellers watching tonight. Clear Fork Lady Colts head coach. Because that's taken high for ball 3. Coach Sellers rooting for Nate Lind up to the plate. This game might still be going on if you want to come out here. Flare out the right. Do we have another diving catch? He won't need a dive, but he dropped the ball. Error right fielder. Lind reaches, and the Colts have the leadoff on here in the ninth. Should take a look at the replay. He had it and might have lost it in the lights. I don't know. Didn't look it in completely. It drops to the ground, and the Colts have its leadoff on. The one negative about playing a night game, a rare night game, is you get to the point to where a high fly ball like that gets up into the lights, you lose it for a second and lose concentration. First pitch to Ty Sellers, taken for a strike. Runner on first, nobody out. Delayed steal, slides into second, and he's there. The ball's dropped. Lind takes second. Might have made it in there if that was caught on the fly. I think it would. He would have been anyway. It's a stolen base. Go ahead run now on second here with nobody out. 0-2 count to Ty Sellers. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Frankhouse gets the first out. That'll bring up Sansom. One for 3. Single, ground out the short. Pop out on a bunt attempt of the pitcher. He's going to try another bunt. He attempted. It's strike one. Should take a look at Nate Lind up in the top right corner. He is the go-ahead run for the Colts. One run on 6 hits for Clear Fork. The 0-2. Curveball fouled off. We'll go again. Galion with 1 run on 2 hits. Along with an error. Both teams have 1 error. That one fouled off again. It remains 0-2. Curveball just outside. It's 1-2. Swung on and missed on the curve. It's 2 down. 2 straight strikeouts by Frank House. It'll bring up the top of the order, and Jay Jackson yet to record a hit in this one. First pitch to Jackson, curveball high. It's 1-0. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Luke Schlosser on deck. 2 for 3. He was intentionally walked in the 7th. That one in there for a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Hello to all 100 of you watching. Ground ball the third. Underneath the third baseman's glove. He booted it at another error. And the inning will continue for the Colts. And now the question is, do you walk Luke Schlosser again to load the bases, or you let him hit? And they will let him hit. Go ahead runner on second with 2 down for Luke. 2 for 3 tonight. He was intentionally walked in the 7th. This might be a situation where they really don't give him any pitches to hit. But we'll see. The 1-0. Big swing, and that's going to go towards Mansfield. Way out in front of that one. The 1-1. Curveball high. It's 2-1. Lind on second, Jackson on first. For Gabe Kennedy's squad, that one's inside. It's 3-1. Hitters count coming up. We'll have to see, though, if Luke is even given a pitch close to the zone. Caden Riddle, right on cue, on deck. The 3-1. Just high, ball 4, we're loaded. Caden Riddle 0 for 4 tonight. Flew out the left, grounded to second, grounded to the pitcher, and struck out. Riddle started this game and threw 5 no-hit innings with 5 strikeouts. Gave up an unearned run in the third. Big spot for him. What a game we've had here tonight under the lights. Second, it's a 2 RBI single. Clear Fork leads 3-1. Caden Riddle with the biggest hit of the night thus far. A bases loaded single to score 2. Garrett Hotz now up to the plate looking to add on with 2 in scoring position. Curveball inside, 1-0. So yeah, take a look at the Colts, who are still celebrating in the dugout, as they should. That one in there for a strike. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. Play does not count, as they called time right before the pitch. 1-2. Low, ball gets away, but the runners will stay at their bases. It's 2-2. I will say there was a late timeout given, but that happened to the Colts pitching as well. Galion was awarded time right before the throw a couple times tonight. Let's 2-2. Curve. The payoff pitch. Fouled back. Make sure to stay tuned after this game, whenever it happens, for our MVP interview. Brian Skoronsky will be talking to the MVP. The 3-2. Curveball swung on and missed, but the Colts do enough damage. They score 2. They're 3 outs away from a huge split.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Bottom of the ninth. 6-7-8 due up here for Galion. Jimmy Hardy will lead off the try and get some runners on for Galion. They need 2 to extend this, 3 to win. He'll take ball 1. Garrett Hotz now looking to close out the victory. His 4th inning of relief. The 1-0. Low, ball 2. Hunter Menard due up 0 for 3. The 3-0. Right down the middle, strike 1. Hardy in a hitter's count, 3-1. The pitch. Strike 2. Curveball just went over. Full count. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Tagged him out, one away. Hotz fights back to get the K. 1 down in the 9th. How fitting if this game were to end in the 9th. You're playing like a major league atmosphere. You're playing under the lights with a 7 o'clock start. Why not play 9? Or more? Time called by Hunter Menard. 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch to Hunter. Popped up. Champ under it, makes the catch. 2 down. That'll bring up Longwell. Last hope here due up for Galion in the 9th. First pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. Time called. Ganshorn on deck. Then the top of the order. They can get there. Colts with 2 in the top of the 9th. On a Caden Riddle 2 RBI single. The 0-1, low, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Galion down to its last strike. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Fly ball to left. Swank under it, makes the catch, and Clear Fork gets the split. It took 9 innings, but the Colts get revenge from Tuesday night and split the series with Galion 1 game apiece. They win it 3-1. We'll take a break. When we come back, Brian Skoronski will have The interview with our MVP will have final stats and analysis and much more coming up. You're watching high school baseball live and free on a Thursday night.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Oh, 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 oh. Love the little things, love the little things.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
We are back now with our Frito Lay most valuable player, no question about it, Caden Riddle, the hero here tonight with the game-winning hit, the single with the 2 RBI. Let's start right there with that at bat. And what pitch did you see, and how'd you attack it?
Well, thank you guys. The last time we played Galion, I ended up leaving 6 runners on base. They intentionally walked me, or they intentionally walked Slosher and had me up to bat. They've done that 3 times over the past 2 games. I was talking to Slosher in the dugout about how should I carry myself, like what should I do when I get up there. So I went up there, took a deep breath. He said, relax, just sit. You don't have to sit on a pitch, just adjust, and that's what I did. I honestly don't even know what it was. I just saw a pitch and roped it. So yeah.
Obviously, this is a key win. Galion coming in undefeated. You guys trying to stay in the mix for the MOAC championship, playing under the lights. How big did this full atmosphere feel tonight in this game?
Oh, this was awesome. I mean, under the lights, I mean, you never see that in a high school game. Thanks to Galion for letting us come out and do this. This was awesome. But, yeah, atmosphere is awesome. Having you guys here is awesome. Just adds to the hype. But, yeah.
And obviously doing a lot of work from the bump, too. I think you had 5 innings where you didn't allow basically even a hit the entire time. So what was working for you in terms of your stuff?
I don't know. I was really just up there trying to throw strikes, let my infield play. My curveball wasn't working today. So, yeah, just trying to get ground balls and let my infield do my job, and they did.
Love the hat wear, of course. The sombrero's a great look. Give me some insight about this, and well, what does it mean to this club?
Last year we kind of wanted something hype. People have chains like in college, you know, so we came up with the hat off Amazon, bought it for like $25, got it for home runs, double plays, just big plays. So, yeah, kind of a rally thing, and yeah.
So 4-1 start for you guys. I know that you had big expectations coming into the season. How do you feel like you are compared to where you want to be?
I mean, the sky's kind of the limit for us, really. We're a young team. We got 4 seniors this year, a lot of underclassmen. We can only get better every game. So I think starting off, 4-1? That's pretty good for us, more than what we expected. But, yeah, I'm excited, and sky's the limit.
All right, man. I'm sure you guys are going to keep on climbing as the season progresses. Anybody that you want to give a thank you to? It's shout-out time.
I'm just going to thank my team for being my biggest supporters, and my parents and friends.
All right, Caden Riddle, our game MVP, presented by Frito Lay. Thanks for the time, man. Good stuff here.
Thank you.
Throw it back up to you, Trav.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
We welcome you back in the Scout Construction post-game show. What a game we had here. The first ever Galion home live stream and under the lights here at Heise Park, and it did not disappoint. 3-1, the final score in favor of the Colts of Clear Fork. Going over scoring real quick before we head out of here. Galion actually scored their run in the third, bottom of the third inning. Connor Ganshorn with 1 out in the third struck out, but an error on the second baseman allowed him the reach. After an Alan Carver walk and Braxton Prosser walk, Derek Prosser was hit by a pitch with 2 outs. bringing him in for the 1-0 lead, but immediately, top of the fourth, Clear Fork tied things up. Garrett Hotz led the inning off with a base hit. Casey Swank moved him to second. Chandler Ball with a fielder's choice as the pitcher from Galion, Braxton Prosser, tried throwing Hotz out at third. Hotz got underneath the tag, made it first and third, and then a wild pitch brought Hotz in to tie things at 1, and that would remain the score until the top of the 9th, when Clear Fork would break the game open. Nate Lind reached to lead off the inning on an error by the right fielder. Ball got caught up in the lights, unable to make the catch. After 2 strikeouts then, Jay Jackson with a grounder went through the 5-hole of the third baseman. They then walked Luke Schlosser, who was 2 for 3 with 2 walks. And then Caden Riddle, who threw 5 no-hit innings, our MVP, with the big 2 RBI single to make it 3-1. Hotz then, in his 4th inning of work, went 1-2-3 in the 9th for the victory. 3-7-1 for the Colts, 1-2-2 for the Tigers. Clear Fork, they are 4-1, 3-1 in the MOAC. They will face Ashland tomorrow. I will have a highlight for you guys. Galion will have the day off tomorrow. They dropped to 5-1, their first loss of the season, 3-1 in the MOAC. The Tigers will take on Madison in a doubleheader on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Big game for Highland fans as well, as the Fighting Scots, now undefeated, stay atop the MOAC. But that'll wrap it up here after a long but eventful evening here at Heise Park. I want to thank everybody that helped make things possible today. Brian Skoronsky, Hayden Gray on the camera. Also Hayden Gray for freezing out there, still giving us some great shots. Thank you very much. Adam Thompson on the 1s and 2s as our producer. Burkhart's Farm Center, our scoreboard sponsor. Frito Lay, Scout Construction as well. Knox Community Hospital, Frito Lay, our commercial sponsors. Thank you, as always, for allowing us to bring you these live and free. I want to thank the Galion High School Athletic Department as well for allowing us to come here and bring you their first ever baseball live stream under the lights. But that'll do it. For me, Travis Berardi, I want to thank you, the fans, most importantly, for watching. We'll see you on a live stream near you. But that'll do it from Galion.